Whoa. Yeah, I'm in a city. People be crafting. Hello, chat. How is yous? It's like 7 hours until the keynote. Isn't that exciting? And we'll get to find out what one of the new jobs is, and we'll learn more about where we're going, and we'll see more trailer. I wanna figure out a new glamour. Here's Beastmaster. So we already know what that is. But I'm like... I assume it will be the tank first. Because it's usually the melee, then the ranged. I'm actually gonna go back out into Tulio Law for the music. I'll be chill. So we'll find out the tank, probably. I wonder, though... Oh, I already got a setup for cold areas. That won't stop me from wearing this, though. Thank you for 5 streams a week. Well, this is actually a pretty cozy glamour itself. Well, I'm thinking, like... Excuse you. There are no nipples in this game. Do you see any nipples? Even when shirtless, nipples are not allowed. No nipples. They're not gonna add nipples. It's a video game. Look, the dev said female characters aren't allowed to show nipple. So therefore, we shall not model nipples for male characters. So, I feel like there's more options for wildly guessing for tank than physical range. We already know it's not gonna be throwing a ball. 130, because they said they'll both be completely new, which means it's not blitzball. But I don't know what ranged weapons. You know, we've got a gun, we've got a bow, we've got chakram. The chakrams also have fan glamour. But, I mean, they need to add axes to the game, or hammers to the game, and Warrior already has hammer glamours, which is stupid. But, there's boomerangs, and balls. But we're probably not gonna do balls, you know? Chat, I'm really close to the next one. Like there's balls, there's boomerangs. There's, I think what would be cool would be like one really big fan that you use for like wind attacks, like Tamari from Naruto. I think that would be cool. So they might make that a magic character. But I mean, wind... Nobody does wind damage anymore. No. They refuse. Why am I always up at the top here? I hate this one. This is the worst spawn. Tank. Big hammer. Is my true want, of course. I'm about to get fucked. I prefer not doing anything. But, like, my great desire is Big Hammer. Now, for some reason, the FF14 devs hate blunt objects. I don't know why. Let me hit things with big fuck off hammer. That's what I want. But the fact, like, what we're taughting is a teaser for what may or may not be the tank job. And... Hi, Christy. Thank you for 30 months. Ah! Fucking hell! Why are they always in? And, like... the fact that the new main tank versus O-tank thing, off-tank thing, which I think is just gonna cause so many problems from a people who don't understand how anything works standpoint, just like it did back when we had that before. Makes me wonder if they're gonna do defensive. Like, I am not opposed to dual shields, because that sounds fun and cool, and like a Dark Souls build. There's enemies in Dark Souls who have these big, it's I think Dark Souls 2 specifically, they got these big 2 shields and they stand there and form a wall, and you cannot break those shields, they're too strong. Like, become a Dark Souls. Always fun to become a Dark Souls. But I don't know. I hope it's not just another shield. Like, I feel they're not gonna do 2 weapons again. They regret it with Paladin. And that because of stupid balancing issues, which is why they started dropping the sword and shield as a singular item, because it's been a bit of a shit show before that with, oh, well, the sword dropped, but you don't have your shield, and vice versa. But I shall stand here. It's raining a bunch in the game. It's also raining a lot outside. It started raining really hard right as I was setting up stream. And I just don't know what I want, like, really want for fizz ranged. I don't have any, like, yes, I need. Like, my desire for Big Bonk Hammer is like, I need that. I love Big Bonk. You know, like, I think, you know, like a fan. Like a fan or something would be cool. They could give us a crossbow. Crossbows are cool. And it's not like they're limited by traditional design. I mean, like... You say that, but there's like 8 different sword classes. Like, half the jobs in the game are sword, including ninja, because very few of the knives are actually knife-sized. They are, or even, like daggers or knives. No. They're long sword sized. Like, there's a few early ones, and a couple of the relics have a small knife here that's closer to the size of an actual knife. But, like, they're swords. They're just swords. I like gun. Is that because I'm American or because I like to go QQ? I also like to QQ with magic, so. My tummy is unhappy that I ate fried food for dinner. I can feel it. It's like, why did you do that? You didn't eat a vegetable today. I ate cranberry orange scones, fried shrimp, and a cupcake today. But don't worry, I plan to eat vegetables. Don't worry. No, I am not. I don't think it's actually a problem where I live, but I don't even normally like I've got a broccoli cauliflower cheese bake in the freezer, and I'm gonna eat that later. I also still have some cowboy caviar. And it's full of fiber. It's nothing but fiber. I mean, it's got mayonnaise, but... My plan is broccoli. Okay, fires. It literally doesn't have any lettuce in it. Because I don't really like lettuce. I think lettuce is bleh. It's got beans and corn and cucumbers and onion and some jalapeno. I mean, it doesn't give me explosive diarrhea. That's the important thing. Look, I've had severe diarrhea before. I do not want explosive diarrhea. Is there really no food there? Oh, there. I need somebody to come assist me so I don't fucking die. Oh, they're leaving me. Why are you leaving me? I'm about to get... I got killed by ninjas. No, Crispy. Look, if you want to grind fates, you can do it. I'll give you my account and you can go grind the fate step for the Bosnia weapons for me. You can just go to Heavensward areas and grind, okay? You can do it. I don't want it. Unless they add shared fates. The system. The shared fates system. To Heavensward areas, I'm not doing it. They still haven't nerfed it. Why do you need to do so many fates for one weapon? Barbecue? What kind of barbecue are you gonna get? Are you gonna get American style barbecue? Are you gonna get... Ooh, Brazilian. Crispy. I'm not an achievement hunter. Let's see, where am I? What would it be under? Fates? What is Fates even under? Oh. I don't even know where they are in the achievement. Where's Fates? Character. Quest? No, why would it be under quests? Battle... General... There's my fate number, 2,733 out of 3,000. I do not have the silly gown. I mean... I'm doing my best. I'm not doing nothing. I am helping fight. I just get killed a lot because I go try to help or grab a thing and get fucking murdered. Like this guy is about to do to me. Leave me alone! Oh god. See, what am I supposed to do that? Well, that's because you're a crazy person, Crispy. Go help with this. Look. I need, like, 1 billion of these. So you want to go farm a few hundred fates for me? I will give, in Heavensward specifically. No, stop! Stop murdering me! I tried. See? I was trying to get the thing, and I died. Bosnia? I don't know. Why everyone tried to kill me? What is your problem with me? This fucking paladin? This is the same paladin from before, I'm pretty sure. Bitch, you better not be trying to tell us to focus blue while they're actively crawling into our assholes. No, I'm seduced! Fucking... Oh my god! Leave me alone! What is your problem? Fucking asshole! Well, the Flames are about to win because yellow is attacking us, while blue has 2 A ranks. So, you know. Fuck. No. I've just done it 100 times. I've done it more than 100 times, actually. But I've won at least 100 Seal Rock matches. Because, god damn it, I wanted that coat. It is a sweet coat. Now they just need to let me dye it. Pretty colors. Fuck it. I mean, I haven't done all of them. Oh, hey, we won! Less than 1,000 points? Woo! I'm kind of tempted to just do more so we can get it. I wouldn't call it streamer luck. I would call it random chance. There. See, I get second place. The most. Ugh. See? I've got a slightly, very slightly more than 1/3 win rate. And I have 0 second place wins for the week. But that's because I didn't do PvP on Tuesday, and I only did it Wednesday and Thursday, or actually I don't think I did it Wednesday either. I think I only did it yesterday and today, and I lost and got 3rd place. And look. 100 of those first place wins Unless it's reset. Like, it says overall performance, but does that actually include all of it? But, like, 100 Seal Rock wins. That I might be able to find achievements. Frontline. And it says it's not. I've only killed 1,100 people in PvP. I haven't occupied 5 homeless. I'm only at about 400. I only have 120 Seal Rock wins. But that's partly because, one, I stopped trying. I stopped farming Seal Rock for the code. But also, I got the majority of my Seal Rock wins. I got them all before Shadowbringers came out, because that was my Gunbreaker glamour for a while. I might switch back to it, just to flex, you know? Or maybe it'll be my glamour for the new tank for a while. We'll see. But, or the Fizz ranged, I mean... See, this is the best spawn. Then this one, and then this one. This one's the worst. You have no protective areas. But, back in the Stormblood days, there was 8-man and 72-man. And it's a lot easier to control for your team to just like be tightly controlled and follow win instructions when there's only 7 other people to yell at instead of 23. And it's a lot easier for one person to hold, for 1 or 2 people to hold a node when only a max of 8 people can be attacking them instead of 24. Because 1 or 2, you might be able to hold out until your team arrives, even if the whole other team is there. Especially if you're good at the game, which I'm not. But, you know. But of course they all spawned up there. But if you're trying to hold position, because let's say you got an A rank spawn and your team's on the other side of the map and the other team's nearby, and they're like, well, why don't we go take that A rank? You're kind of fucked. Yeah, somebody got it. Now I'm being attacked by both teams. Fucking hell. Why are you chasing us instead of fighting yellow? Oh, the yellow probably gave up, actually. Since they already have 3, because for some reason red's here instead of here. You know, a round is probably... better for that. Rune's too far. shit. Let's point out, PvP is wildly different from how it was in Stormblood in the first place. Also, on Aether, Maelstrom was the always winning team, and you could set your PvP preferences for frontlines to place you either with random Grand Companies or your own. So, because Maelstrom was always winning at the time on Aether, I was already in Maelstrom, I just set myself to be in Maelstrom because that was the only way you could get into Maelstrom, because everybody wanted to be teamed up with Maelstrom. Because they always won. Man, why are we fighting over this one node? I'll go over here and hope one of the new spawns. Oh, there's one down here! My blind ass. Chat. When I'm finally able to get my own custom model, I need a facepalm toggle. It's one of the toggles I want to get. Just a facepalm for stupid shit. Whether it's me being stupid, or chat being stupid, or the game being stupid. Just think about it. Just think of like a hand coming up and slapping me in the face. So who's gonna stay up to watch FanFest? Or at least the keynote? I forgot it was auto money. So I'm gonna stay up. Oh. I stay up till 4 a.m. all the time anyways. I don't even do it on purpose most of the time. Are you saying you woke up at 3 a.m.? Because if so, you should go to bed. I'm not trying to get rid of you. I want you to not die of sleep deprivation. That's what I want. I should have probably looked in more places than just at the guy getting gangbanged down there. Yo, at least take a nap. Y'all need to stop staying up for 3 days straight. You'll die. Rip Fires. Just take the day off. Easy. Fires, are you on the East Coast? No dying. Not allowed. I mean, then you'll be awake for it, right? It starts at 4 a.m. Eastern. Just listen to it while you're working. You're not gonna be able to stay up to watch it either, Nanamo. Also, I am trying to get a job, thank you. It's not my fault I'm unemployed. It is the fault of the U.S. government. and their poor regulatory systems. Someone needs to fight your landlord. Thank you for head pads. One day, I'll remember to get a head pad emote set up. Or, not emote. Command. But is physically fighting an 80-year-old woman wise? Because I'm gonna go with no, probably not. I believe that one repopped. I am the dead. I am the guy. Just go get this. See, part of the reason I usually stay out of the fighting is because I'm really not very good at it. And I seem to always get focused down if I'm there. Like, I swear, they see me and they go, "That bunny boy's too pretty, he's gotta die." I hope your shit with your landlord goes well. I know you're looking for a new place still. But you know what? Fuck landlords! Fuck them! I got killed. What is your problem? I guess if somebody invites me to a Mecha Chameleon stream, that'll be when it is. No fires, not like that. I don't even have Mecha Chameleon. So there's one reason. Two, I don't know who I'd play with. I suppose I could play with chat, but then chat would be empty, or you'd be cheating. And you know, cheating. Cheating bad. not a big streamer. I'm a baby streamer. The reason streamers usually do friends for these sorts of games is that most chatters are good beans, but you never know when somebody's going to pretend that they're chill and then start shouting slurs on your stream. That is, unfortunately, the nature of the streaming. Buyers, why are you buying me games? That's silly. Like, some people are like, oh, I just want to hang out and game. But then that sometimes makes some people think that they're, like, the streamer's best friend. So there's several reasons that it's usually for friends. Or people that they trust to not be weird. It's not at all personal. The streamers know that you're cool and chill. But it's also like, part of the reason it's usually other streamers or mods that are the ones like invited as friends is because, again, a parasocialism and people going, well, the streamer let me join their game, so that means we're friends. Even if it's like a complete stranger. We have the outfit. Or you get, like, well, that visor does not work with this hairstyle. Why is the visor green? Oh, no wonder I couldn't put it in. My brain thought it was a different thing. Fires, you do not have a lot of time, buddy. Aw, yeah. Gotta get that knee view. Yeah, if you wanna get it fast, definitely do Crystalline Conflict. You don't get as much from a single front lines, obviously, but you get like 2/3 and it's way faster. But yeah, and it's the sort of thing also, it's like, you'll be like, oh hey, why don't you join, you can join me, Ratio. But then some new random person might come in and be like, well, Ratio can join, why can't I join? When I say, no, I will not, I'm not gonna invite you to that person if they ask. And then they might start harassing that person for, well, how dare they? How dare they be friends with the streamer? How dare they be in chat longer than me? Etc, etc. People get weird. People get really weird. Hey look, that guy's wearing the outfit. Yeah, it's an aspect of dealing with parasocialism and also trolls. So. That cat has their butt out. Me too. Unfortunately, we live in a shitty world. I mean, I see weird shit like people like trying to become a mod for a streamer so that because they think it will allow them to date the streamer, and I'm like, no. That's weird. Do not do that. Do not attempt to befriend a streamer or become the streamer's mod because you want to date them. That is weird and creepy. Do not do that. I need more. Only 10 more. Woo! I was telling chat about people being weird and parasocial. And to not attempt to become a streamer's mod so that you can date them. Crispy, I'm not giving you any money. You have plenty of gills. I'll consider giving Ratio money, but they have to come meet me in the game. For money? No, people don't go up to random strangers in video games and ask them for money. For mod? No. Nobody's asked if they can be mod. But it happens with some streamers because people are weird and they're like, I want to date this person I don't know because I think their avatar is very attractive. Look, I'm not saying it's bad to find a streamer you watch attractive. That's fine. Sometimes you're just like, damn, that person's hot. You know? It's okay to have a crush on somebody. It's allowed. You're allowed to have crushes. Just don't be weird about it. Just don't be weird. Yeah, crispy. I am talking about the drink. Mm-hmm. Where's my dragoon? Portrait, not so. I've done it, chat. I got the thingy. Look at me, I'm a wizard. I don't know. I don't know. That is what. I suppose I could make Crispy a mod. Add to his burden. Same fires. I've literally never told anybody that I liked them. In my whole life. Who's this cat girl? Is this Ratio? Ratio, is this you? Tell me if this is you, so I can give you a friend request. That's not helping. There you go. I shall give you 100,000 gil. See, it's important that I friend you. If you're wanting to hang out, because otherwise you will just be a random person running by. See, I don't have names on. So, like, if that's somebody in chat, I don't know unless you tell me. I don't think I have performance turned on. Let's see. No. There we go. Performance is on now. Also, you guys can send me friend request. Outfit. What is this weapon? Ah, it's from the I don't remember the name of that ultimate. That's the wrong... I really need a new mouse. Crispy, I'm on Ether. You can see my server. I'm not hiding what server I'm on. But when the expansion comes out, we won't have to travel. 2.5 whole years. Why am I earning a Twitch drop? What is this?
2.5 years.
They changed how they're doing drops. Oh, it's a Moogle badge. That's cute. They changed the position where they do drops and made it a lot more intrusive. Oh yeah, that's because I have other players' effects turned off. Or to minimum, rather. Yeah. Because I don't like my eyes being blasted with... Holy. Yeah, isn't that crazy, Crispy? It's Brass. He's alive. Why do you have a Namazu head and no pants? That's an interesting fashion choice. Namazu don't wear shirts either. I also have depression. What a coincidence. It's okay though, Dress. Make sure you don't die. What stick is this? Oh, little bunny. That's cute. Depression! I'm gonna see about getting a therapist after I talk to my new primary care physician. Why does your dragoon have no clothes? Well, so the office that I'm going to does have a psychiatrist or a therapist or something who does also work there, and that would definitely be a network. But if I've learned anything from social media, it's that finding the right therapist for you is not easy. Maybe you get lucky and you have like perfect chemistry first try, but chances are much better that you will just be like, no, this isn't working. OMG! Nice shirt. Fellow wizard. This actually does work really nicely as a black mage coat. Look at that. I like your fashion fires. I approve. Fellow black mage. I like that this is like little drums, so I actually do like that. I know that some people don't like it, but I do. Hey, little baby. Why do you have augmented Shire stuff on when you're level 80 ratio? Look at your cute little face. Collegiate skirts. You know you get tomes from PvP, right? Hello, Sasana. How goes it? We're just chilling and speculating. Chat doesn't want to speculate very much, though. Chat is afraid to be wrong in 6 hours. Cute little cozy cardigan. I too have a summoner, but my summoner glam is the same. All my casters have the same glamour right now. Because I like to have the same vibe. Because sometimes I'll switch it up depending on what I'm doing. And then I like having the same vibe for everything. Mouse. Bird. It's a potato. Cut. I will be once again adding potato for the subathon. Potato. That's potato. Enjoy your Crystalline Conflict spam fires. I hope you're not too far away from 25. You're far away from 25, aren't you? I have an annoying spot on my nail. I can't figure out exactly where it is. Annoying. I should trim my nails anyways. Crispy, what do you think the new jobs are gonna be? Hi, Trass! Lizard. The new jobs. Hi, Caro. I'm sorry, Fire. Sorry, Fires. Okay, let's do some weightlifting. I gotta grab them. I keep them over on top of my computer. I'm gonna do proper form and stand up. Oh, I have to move my microphone so I don't hit it with the weight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. These are 3 pounds. They're not very heavy at all, no. I didn't work out yesterday. Crispy, I clearly wasn't doing deadlifts. I don't even do deadlifts. They're bad for my knees. Ugh. Well, you would have been able to tell by my model with the tracking going all over the place. I didn't do my workout yesterday because it's too hot and I was too tired after coming back from shopping. And then I thought about doing it today, but then I was like, nah. Maybe I'll do it after stream, or at least some of it, while I'm waiting for the thing. FanFest stream. Crispy, are you gonna stay up and watch the FanFest stream? Everybody's a different class. Do you guys like my tank glamour? Why did you do that? Have fun, Fires. Why did you wake up at 8 p.m.? Chainswords do go for... I should go back and get the chainswords for Viper. It starts at 1 a.m. Pacific time. And /4 a.m. Eastern, so 2 a.m. my time. Cause, you know, it's in Germany. EU FanFest is in Berlin, boys. And girls, and they thems. I could fly around the world tree looking for shinies. It's a thing I could do. I could do that right now, in fact. But then we wouldn't get to listen to the Solution 9 music. Not doing Fates, Crispy. Also, I'm not streaming it. Sorry if you were planning to watch a streamer watch the keynote. It will not be this one. You can watch it yourself on the Twitch or the YouTube. I'm not doing Fates, so no, I won't be streaming Fates. Everybody is either doing Off-Kai or EU FanFests. And I'm just over here like, man, I have no money. It's a tiny Artbert. Oh, you can't see them. They're behind me. I wish I had money for travel. Crispy has money for travel? Wow. Fuck you, Crispy. Having money. I was last on a plane. That's me like every day. I was last on a plane 3 years ago. That was FanFest for Trail, right? It was almost exactly 3 years ago. No, it wasn't actually FanFest though. Both of my cousins had their weddings that year. One had it the weekend after, so like a week after FanFest. Then the other one had hers in October. So that was the last time I did any flying on a plane. It was to my cousin's wedding. I like your big coat. Air cell jacket, huh? Oh, it's green. But it's got a chocobo on the back, so that's pretty cool. Why are you yelling that, Ratio? Why would you do this? Why are you drawing attention to me? How dare you? But yeah. I want a hammer. You've only been on a plane once? That's crazy, Fire. Oh, look at poutine, Crispy. They do not have poutine here. I tried to find poutine and it's just cheese fries, and I'm like, that's not poutine. That's just cheese fries. Yeah, Crispy runs on poutine, so it's not exactly an out of the ordinary situation. That's not American poutine. That's cheese fries. These are different dishes. That's like saying a pierogi is a gyoza. They're not the same. Yeah, I mean, sometimes we buy, my brother likes to snack on cheese curds, so we get them at the grocery store. They keep not having the plain ones, though. Bunch of the time we go, they only have the dill pickle flavored, and it's like, no. A new tattoo? I want to get a tattoo, but I still haven't decided what I want. I cannot do it, Fires, for tattoos cost money. I'd probably want to get help from my artist, though. Because my idea is Bloodborne-y. And I'd have to figure out how to compose it, and I'm not really that kind of artist, so composition, that escapes me. I'm not getting Bloodborne 2 tattooed on my body. I am getting a Bloodborne themed tattoo. One day, when I have the money and a good design for the composition. I'm thinking the clock tower moon. Cause you know, in the DLC, you can see, there's the area where you can see the full moon, but it kind of looks like it's got a clock face on it. That. But then also add some other stuff. But I don't know how to do all of that because I'm not good at composition. Bye, dress! Like the Bloodborne moon and like slash clock tower kind of combined into one. Yeah, don't lose your house. Cause I'm kind of thinking like the spooky moon with the kind of like shadow on it that kind of looks like the clock tower, and then maybe some like clock hands, and then maybe make the clock hands like some cool weapons that I like. And like add in the hunter mark, aka the brand from Berserk. And one day I will figure out a logo for me, and then I will get that tattooed on my body. Probably as like a tramp stamp. Get my logo as a tramp stamp. But I'd have to figure out what to do for a logo first. I don't know how to design a logo. Why you poofed? Logo tramp stamp. Like, come on. I mean, I'm not gonna get a womb tattoo. That sounds like it would hurt. And also, it would kind of get ruined if you have to have surgery on your tummy or like your uterus. That would ruin the thing. Also, I don't have, because the womb tattoo sits in a place that's like, where, like, kind of partly where your little pooch is. The little pooch and the fupa. It's like in between these things. And mine just kind of flops down over my pants because bat. And also, I'm really short. I think you guys don't understand what it means to be really short. Like, you guys are thinking of, like, Evie's womb tattoo when I say a womb tattoo. But the thing is, the amount of space between my belly button and my hips is about, like, 3 inches. I am short. It's like the length of one of my fingers, and I have small hands. Like, I have this issue going out and it's hot because I have a natural hourglass shape, but I am short. So, and it's still there even though I'm fat. But like, so the space between my muffin top and my ribs is small. So when I'm like walking around, they kind of like touch each other and like squish into each other sometimes. And like, you can feel the sweat building up there. It's terrible. Like I'll just be standing around walking and they kind of like squish into each other because I'm so short, and then the sweat gets in there, and it's like, ugh. Troubles being a short stack. Also, chat, that's why you can't work out into an hourglass body shape. Because it is dependent on your ribs and your hips. And the way that your ribs go in. They try to scam women into thinking they can get an hourglass. And it's like, no. Like, I have one despite being short and chubby. And it's partly also how your body distributes fat naturally. Which is why, despite being fat, shush, don't yell at me, I still have that shape because the fat doesn't come out wide. It does, like, it settles out this way instead of this way. So, and it like up here, which is why I have huge titties, and then it builds, like, it'll build out down here, like onto hips and the thighs. I don't have a thigh gap. My thighs are wider than his fucking torso. But yeah. It is very much dependent on bone shape and how fat sits on your body. Which is also why just a generic number for weight is unhelpful. Like, if I was 100 pounds, I would look weird because of the way fat naturally sits on my body. It you know, sits around the hips and it sits up top because that's just how my body is genetically. But then I'd look weird everywhere else. I would look like a weird pig. I would just look weird. Like, if you have naturally, your body likes to build fat on the chest, it's gonna be one of the hardest places for the fat to go because your body naturally wants to put it there. Like, it is not, in fact, it would not be healthy for me to be 100 pounds. I would look weird and too thin. Like, even back when I was skinny, back when I was a small child, when I was like 10, and I was skinny, like, that's still just how it works. My grandma is was even shorter than me. She was 4'10", and she also had an hourglass shape. And she did weigh like 90 pounds for most of her adult life. Hi, Crimson. And she's very tiny, and because of the dresses she wore, people thought she was a lot heavier than she was because the big boobs made the dress drape way out in front of the stomach. Anatomy! I know most of my chat isn't women, but that still does apply to men. It's important to remember, if you're trying to work out because you want a certain body shape, that's not how it works. Because I know most of you are men, Crispy. Now, I don't know everybody's gender. I'm not gonna make people tell me their gender. That would be silly. You know. I'm supposed to have the plugin that shows pronouns, but it doesn't work on my chat for some reason when it's popped out. I don't know why. It works in other people's chats. I don't know. But, yeah. You should probably work on glamour plating it up. So that you can have pants when you want pants. Yeah. The shape of your body is determined by your genetics. And you can do things to influence it. You can actually, it's easier to build a thicker waist than to thin your waist. Because you can build the muscles on the sides up. But, you know. I gotta lose all this fat. And then maybe my boobs will get smaller. That's like, it feels like half the weight I want gone is gonna come from the titties. They're so heavy. You don't understand. You do not know the weight of these titties. Look. If I could just give some titty, I would. Oh, I'm a lot more than 135 pounds. 60-pound boobs is just attaching a child to your chest. Boobs don't weigh as much as people think, but it's because of the way it is just free hanging off of your rib cage. That's why transphobes are stupid. One of the many reasons transphobes are stupid. Saying men's rib cages aren't built for supporting boobs. Rib cages aren't built for supporting boobs. They're built to protect your lungs. Dung bells. Carol, that's not how that's spelled. Dumb. Like stupid? Dumbbells? Although I have dumbbells. I have a 3-pound set and a 5-pound set. Also a 2-pound set, but my brother has the 2-pound set. But I cannot lift very heavy. I will hurt myself. My joints are made of glass. And my skin is made of paper. Fucking, I bruise easily. That's why I get random bruises and I'm like, oh, where'd that come from? No, honestly, I probably need a trainer to help me with figuring stuff out, make sure I'm doing proper forms so I don't end up hurting myself worse, and helping me figure out what ones are less likely to leave me dying on the floor in pain. Also, air conditioners blasting me in the face at all times during workout so I don't die. I couldn't have streamed on Tuesday if I wanted to. Like, I did a workout. I didn't even get through my whole workout. I did 2/3 of my workout, and then I was just, like, fucking dying, and I'm like, I'll just stop there. And then it didn't get better. It didn't get better until, like, 3 a.m. This is why you can't just tell people to work out to lose weight. 'Cause, like, oh, I'm doing a workout. I didn't have any problem with it the time before that I did it. And then it fucking kills me. That's part of the reason I'm trying not to do workouts on stream days. Because at least if that happens when I'm not streaming, I don't have to cancel stream. But also, sometimes, like, summer's the worst season for me. Like, going outside is always hard because the sun hurts my eyes. And part of it is that I then squint because the sun's bright and it hurts my eyes. So then I squint, but then that fucks up my head. Squinting a bunch gives you a headache. Did you know that? It sucks. Big sucks. And my body doesn't know what to do to recover from them. Like, ibuprofen and shit doesn't seem to work on those. And it's just like, I just would like to not suffer when I go outside. Outside's cool. When it doesn't hurt me. Fortunately, we're not hitting 100s. We're only hitting 90s. But considering 75 is on the warm side for me, I have severe heat intolerance. Phil's not here, but he can vouch for the state I am in when I'm outside from when we were in Vegas and I just fucking died. He had to babysit me while I suffered. Yeah. Like, so I always had heat intolerance. I've had... Yeah, I don't know why they thought Vegas in July was a good idea. That sounds like the worst idea ever, in fact, for North America. I'm also built for the cold. That's why I got all this fat. Keep you insulated. But, like, I've always had issues with the heat and strenuous activity. It took us a while to figure out that it wasn't dehydration that was the problem. It's that my body, like... So I have multiple things that can cause headaches. Part of it is that my body is bad at absorbing water, apparently. Because I guess maybe when I sweat, I'm losing way too much salt and other electrolytes. So plain water does not replenish it. And my body isn't able to absorb the water, and that makes you hyponatremic. I don't know if that's actually how you say it, but it's a condition where your body doesn't absorb the water. And that's part of why I drink Gatorade, because it does help. Wow. He exploded and left. That's crazy. But, took us a while to figure out that's what was happening and to work on mitigating it. My grandpa almost invested in Gatorade when he was young, before they got big. He knew the guy who founded Gatorade. Because the game to crash. And the dude asked for a donation, and he decided not to help with it. And so I could have been a rich Gatorade heiress. This close to being a rich heiress from the Gatorade family. But yeah, no, like, stuff like Gatorade. I could have been a Nepo baby, chat. I could have been a Nepo baby. Ugh. And I, like... People try to go like, oh, well, you don't need Gatorade unless you're doing something really, really intense. It's intended for, you know, athletes. And I'm like, my man, sweating for 5 seconds makes me start to die, and Gatorade prevents that. I will drink the Gatorade. Fuck you. I have medical condition. I couldn't tell you what that medical condition is actually called. I am sure there's a name for it somewhere. But yeah, did you know that SSRIs make you even more intolerant to heat? So it only gets worse as I get older and fatter. Unironically, the fat probably doesn't help because it causes me to sweat in places like my waist that normally would not be having that and stuff. And all the boob sweat smells really bad. Boob sweat stinks. I feel like I complained about that a lot while I was in Vegas, of how stanky my boobs smelled every time they got a whiff. Which happens a lot when they're big, because you, like, move your arm slightly and then wafts into your face. Don't sniff at the boob sweat. It smells really bad, I promise. As far as I can figure, ball sweat smells worse, but you're less likely to smell, if you have balls, you're less likely to smell than someone with boobs is to smell the boob sweat, because the boobs are much closer to the face. Especially if they're large enough to sag. I wouldn't know. I don't have balls. And I don't go around sniffing people's balls. That sounds horrible. You know what? Putting an ice pack in my cleavage sounds like a wonderful idea when it's hot. Like, I've learned over time ways to mitigate it, but I would love a solution that isn't just mitigating it and actually helps me deal with the problem. I've been making a list on my phone of stuff to actually talk to that doctor about when I go see them. Gonna have a physical. It's in September, so there's still a couple months. But I'm making a list to bring up and, like, maybe remember to see if I can get any of these problems actually solved. Like, hey, can we get a solution to the problem of it's more than 70 degrees outside and I'm sweating a teaspoon and dying? I would like a solution to this problem. I would like it to not be a problem at all. Chat wanna become my fanners? Like, just stand there with big fans and fan me? I would say it's a good thing I don't live in Europe, because houses in Europe, a lot of them don't have AC, and I would simply die from sweating too much. Oh my god. I hate this place. Climate is so fucked, chat. I feel so bad for the climate. It is dying. Damn rich people. I'm just yapping about nothing at this point. I like fall. Unfortunately, it seems like fall and spring and winter are disappearing in favor of it's at least 80 degrees all year round. 80 degrees in January is wrong. It's sick and wrong. Sick and wrong. This is Colorado. This is the Denver metropolitan area. What do you mean it's 80 degrees in the middle of winter? We had some of those this past winter. We had some 80 degrees days, and it's like, what the fuck? 60 degrees is supposed to be warm days in the winter. What happened to the negative 14 degree weather? Where I had all the excuse to just sit inside and drink cocoa because there was 3 feet of snow outside. It's not fair. It's just not fair. But making snowmen. So here's the thing, Senor. Making snowmen is physical effort. And that physical effort causes sweating. Because you have to wear warm clothes to go outside to build a snowman. But then you're in those warm clothes and you're doing physical exertion and it makes you sweat and then I die. Yes, this is a year-round problem. It's at the worst in the summer. But like, I have this problem in the winter too. Like between my knees, my back, and my dying if I sweat. There's a reason I don't shovel snow. My dad's not very understanding about it. My mom has become more understanding when she realized that, no, I'm not just being lazy, it hurts really bad. Hence the I am made of paper and glass thing. Like, there's a reason that a lot of VTubers are disabled. And it's because finding other stuff to do that doesn't kill us is hard. Like, I've had a bad back for a long time because of the huge knockers. But my knees became bad because of working at retail. Fuck Kroger, they fucked up my knees forever. My knees are now permanently damaged from that. So that's fun. But, like, it's this annoying issue of, okay, well, you want to do physical activity to lose weight, but also you can, like, doing exercises to beef up back and shoulder muscles would help with the back and shoulder pain, because my body would be better able to bear the weight of the huge badonkers. Unfortunately, doing it slightly wrong or too much then causes pain in those areas, and then you can't work out for a bit, and you lose any progress that workout may have made. And you can't get on the treadmill because your knee hurts every other day, and your knee hurts. And yeah, losing weight, well, that would help. That would mean you have less pressure on your knees. But losing weight, you gotta go for a walk, but you can't go for a walk because your knee hurts. So then you get fat because you're depressed, because you want to do physical activity, but your body's like, no, and you're in pain. So then you eat a bunch of cupcakes. Sucks. Or you'll do a thing where you intended to buy one discount cake from the grocery store, but then when you went to the other grocery store, you saw they had raspberry sorbet cupcakes, and you're like, well, I have to try the raspberry sorbet cupcakes. And then you see that the chocolate cupcakes are discounted because they're old, and you're like, well, I can't pass up discounted chocolate cupcakes. So then you have those, and then you finally see, after searching almost every time you go to the grocery store, you see that they have fudge. So you can't pass up this opportunity to get fudge, because it won't be there the next time you're there. And then you end up with a cart full of sweets, and you're like, well, I have to eat them, otherwise that's throwing money away. Which is why I ate a cake. Like one of the little ones, you know, the little square cakes. And a cupcake yesterday. And that's how that happened. Because the chocolate cupcakes are like expired. You know, that's why they're discounted, because they're day old. So you got them and you're like, well, we gotta eat them fast. Because otherwise, they might start tasting moldy. You don't want to eat moldy cupcakes. If I eat something and I get a taste of mold, I'll go... Even if it's not actually moldy, if my mouth thinks it tastes something that might be mold, I will not be able to consume it. Also, they eat less calories thing. Like, oh, just you know, it's all calories in, calories out. Well, fuck you. I have multiple hormone conditions confirmed that literally make my body resistant to fat loss. But also, chat, it's not adults are not supposed to eat 1,200 calories a day, even for somebody very small. Which is what you need for a sedentary lifestyle for somebody of my height, according to calculators. And that's just not enough food. It's just not. But also, it's not good for you. Now, the minimum on my app is using 1,400 to 1,700, which is what I'm trying to get in. But also, yes, I did eat like 2,000 calories yesterday, and like 1,200 of it was cake. So I have no regrets. I would rather be fat forever than never eat cake again. Because I like cake. I like pizza. I like these things. And it's like, bro, I'm not gonna give up cake forever just because cake is not healthy. Like, yeah, oh, just cut out sugar, and it's like, I will cut down on sugar. But I will still eat my chocolate bars. And if there's discounted cake, I'm gonna get that. Chocolate cake and or red velvet cake. You bet your ass if I ever get married, that is going to be a chocolate cake. Though I think it could be cool. You do like 3 tiers, 1 chocolate, 1 red velvet, and then the top 1 chocolate. Think about it. Chocolate, red velvet, chocolate. Yeah. Maybe with some fruit on top. Because I do like fruity flavors too. You get some like... Well, see, the fudge will be part of the decoration / icings anyway. But fudge... decoration. I mean, you know, like some strawberries or raspberries in there. I say that like I'm ever gonna get married. I don't even date people. I've never even had a proper boyfriend / girlfriend in my whole life. Probably because I'm a bitch and I have literally never told anybody that I liked them when I liked them. It's spotlight. That might be too much cake. I'm really tempted to have another cupcake, though. I might have another cupcake if there are still cupcakes left after stream. I would like to find love one day. But I am also like not like desperate for it, especially because I feel like I don't got my shit together. You know? Like, honestly, with things now, if I was dating somebody, I would feel weird. Because obviously, I'm not gonna date somebody for their money. But when I'm unemployed, but if the person I'm dating has money, it would make me feel like I was using them for their money. Even though I'm not using them for their money. But it's like, oh, here's this gift. Oh, here's dinner. And it's like, oh, that feels weird. And I know for a lot of people, it's like, oh, well, no, I don't feel like you're using me. And it's like, well, I'm not, but it makes me feel weird. What's this? That's a monk. Yeah, that's on the artifact one. You know, it kind of makes you feel like you're being a bad person. Even when you're not being a bad person. And like, obviously in my mind, if I give somebody something, it's a gift, I don't expect repayment ever. But I feel like, well, somebody gave me a gift, I want to give them a gift. This is fucked up. Put standards on yourself that you don't put on other people. Which is probably not healthy. But also, I don't want to date somebody who doesn't have the same values as me about certain things. And you never know with these people. Some people are crazy and will pretend to be somebody they're not so that they can date you. Like I've seen stuff from people on the internet and it's like they think everything's normal. And then they find out like the guy they're dating is a hardcore conservative who doesn't think they deserve rights, and they're like, what the fuck? I'm just like, I don't know, man. I don't know why people hide that about themselves just so they can get laid. That's weird. Why would you do that? Use your fucking hand or buy an Ownahole or something. I can even link them. A VTuber one. I mean, I don't expect about everything, but there's certain things it's like... Yeah. Like... It would be horrible. No, I'm a huge virgin because I'm asexual and I don't find the idea of banging somebody to be interesting. Well, it's actually this little subcategory. That's a micro label. It's called egosexual. Where, like, you don't necessarily find the idea of sex itself unappealing. But it's the idea of you yourself being involved in the sex that's unappealing. So, like, you're fine with porn, but you don't want to be in the place of the porn person. Aegosexual. The A-ego means essentially you're removing yourself from the sexual equation. You do not wish to be part of it. So, like, far as I can figure for normal people, if you have a sexual fantasy, you're part of the fantasy. But if you're aegosexual, you're not part of the fantasy. It's more like watching porn than being part of the fantasy yourself. It's like you're in the cuck chair, yes. Like, I don't know about other people's sexual fantasies, but my understanding is that when other people have a sexual fantasy, they are part of it. Like, you're imagining yourself as the person doing the fucking of the hot person. You are doing the sex. Where when you're egosexual, you do not want to be part of the sex. Finding out that that's actually a thing, and like, look, you don't need labels, but a label can help you feel like you're not a weirdo. Like, I find personally that the point of a label, for me, finding one that fits me makes me feel like, oh, this is something other people experience too. It's not like I'm not the only person who has these feelings about sex, whose mind views it this way, or who feels attractiveness in this way. And that can be very helpful, especially if you're feeling like, let's say you're on a discovery journey and you don't have a therapist to talk to. Like, I don't have a therapist. So I've just trying to figure these things out. You just kind of have to wing it, and then finding something that actually makes you feel like, oh, that's me. There are people who are like me. It's nice to have, you know? Not at all necessary, but it can be nice to realize that you are not the only person on the planet that feels the way you do. And, you know, we say that, but you still feel like it sometimes. Like, there's billions of people. Obviously, you're not the only person whose sexual desires are what they are. But if you feel like your sexual desires aren't the norm, it can make you feel like you're the only one. So seeing other people who feel that way too, or like, oh no, I'm the same way. And it's like, oh, there are others. I am not alone. It's when people become obsessed with definitions that I think oftentimes we run into a problem. Oh, I need to get more water. BRB. So, Rachia, I think it's fair to recognize that norm is a complicated thing. But I think it's also important to remember that VTubers, percentage-wise, are overwhelmingly more queer, percentage-wise, than most groups. A lot of VTubers are queer in some way. And there's not an official statistic for it, but you will hear a lot of VTubers talk about their queerness in some way. Like how they're bi, or gay, or pan, or trans, or ace, etc. And I think part of the reason that's common is the same reason it's common for disabled people and women to be VTubers. There are certain expectations, especially if you're a woman, that are forced upon you whether you like them or not. I am not a woman who wears makeup or does her hair or dresses up nice very often. I pretty much only do makeup when I'm going for a job interview. I don't style my hair. I'm dressed in a camisole and pajama shorts right now. If I was a cam streamer, there would be expectations upon me. If I came onto stream wearing and like what I normally do, one, Twitch would probably bonk me because I have huge boobs and I'm not wearing a bra and I'm wearing a camisole. So that would already force a change upon me that I don't want. Like, I already don't really want to wear a bra because it's hard to find ones that fit and are comfortable. That's why I only wear them. That's why I only wear a bra for hand cam streams. So that Twitch doesn't bonk me for my huge badonkers. But, like, chat, you specifically in chat may not have any expectations that I wear makeup or do my hair or dress nice. But I am a woman. I'm a semi-femme presenting woman. Like, I am distinctly feminine looking. I would be expected to look a certain way. And I'm sure there's plenty of people in chat who would not care how I looked, regardless. Who would find me just as entertaining as a face cam streamer, as a VTuber. But there's a reason that face cam streamers who don't dress up are men. There is an obligation foisted upon us by society to look our best if we are being perceived. Especially by men. And as most watchers of VTubers, particularly female VTubers, are men. Most viewers on Twitch are men. There's also the expectation that you're supposed to look available. You're supposed to be attractive. Because, I mean, we all see all this shit about, oh, well, why would I care about the women's volleyball team at the Olympics if they're not showing ass? And it's like, you don't have any problem with the men's volleyball team not being attractive to you. Why do women have to be attractive for you till you find what they're doing interesting? Now, I don't give a fuck about sports personally, But if I thought volleyball was really awesome, well, I'm watching for the volleyball, not people's butts. But this is something that's put upon women at pretty much all times. And so women go, well, I don't want to get made up every day. I don't want to have to do my hair. I'm sitting at home playing video games and talking to nerds on a screen. Or watching yoga vids. Like, I'm sorry, but unless we're going on a date, why would I get dressed up just to see chat? We're not going on a date. We're hanging out playing video games. I am standing here with a half-naked rabbit man in a techno future city, yapping at chat. Because I still like to look nice sometimes, because dressing up makes you feel nice. But only if you're not obligated to do it. Like, I wanted to get all dressed up and nice for my cousin's weddings because it's a special occasion. But I don't want to have to do that for work. When I work at a job, unless it's my job to literally look pretty, why would I put extra effort into it other than looking basically presentable for whatever job is? Oh, the dress code's business professional. Okay. Business professional it is. That's why that's why women like to point out that makeup isn't for men. Like, for women, makeup is often used as a form of self-expression, and it's much more to attract the eye of other women in a non-sexual or romantic manner, because another woman is more likely to appreciate the work that went into your makeup. First of all, because women are primarily the people who wear makeup. But there's work makeup, and then there's hanging out with friends makeup. And if you work with a lot of with women, but you also hang out with those same women outside of work, you'll notice that they dress differently, because one's for themselves and one's for basic expected presentation. Makeup is gender neutral, but in the world we currently live in, it is primarily worn by women. Now, I think if men are going to expect women to do their makeup, then I have every right to expect men to do their makeup. Tell me why in The Walking Dead, these people are wearing eyeliner and lipstick. It's been over a year since the apocalypse. Where are you getting it? You really having them just, like, divert their runs for canned goods to get you some makeup out of the makeup aisle? You're packing your essentials and you really made sure to have your eyeliner? Yeah, but there's expectations for women. You'll notice lots of chuds on the internet get really mad when they see a female celebrity, like, hanging out at the beach with her family, and they get a picture and she's not wearing makeup or doing a sexy pose, and she's like sat over and her belly is folding in on itself, because that's what stomachs do when you're sitting down like that. The fat folds in. And it's like, oh my god, look at these people being human. And it's like, this is why you chuds can't get a girlfriend. But that just makes a lot of women go, well, my VTuber model has makeup on. She doesn't have to, the model doesn't have to do her makeup every day or her hair every day to get the curls just so. She doesn't, I don't have to worry about dressing my model every day. It's just plug and go. And it's a form of self-expression. It's fun to be a purple demon. Some people actually do get their makeup tattooed on. I wouldn't want to do that, though. I don't like the idea of getting my eyelids tattooed, thank you very much. But like, oh, it's fun to be a purple demon. I think it's fun. It's way more fun than being a normie human. It's fun when you have, like, you know, you got horns, you get to flop your boobs around, because this is not how boobs work in real life. All the flopping around that these titties do, yeah, it doesn't look like that in real life. Like, the fun, you can, like, do cool things that you can't do in real life. I can't be a purple demon in real life, because they're not real. My skin is pasty pale because I am extremely white. My dad's family is almost entirely Irish. And my mom's family is mostly English, with some French and Welsh in there. Like, and there's also, like, that's the reason so many VTubers dress sexy. It has nothing to do with any desire to be sexualized by their viewers. You're a woman, so it doesn't matter what you wear. You're gonna be sexualized anyways, if you're a woman, or if you're using a female presenting model, you're gonna be sexualized anyways. So you might as well have your model dressed up to be something that you think is cool and sexy for yourself. Like, VTuber models are like makeup. They're not for the audience. They're for you. That is why I'm a purple demon. That's why I have, like, a leotard with the heart cut out. Because I think it's cute and sexy. It makes me feel cute and sexy. A little bit of everything. But the ability to present however you want is extremely appealing when you are part of a group that is constantly judged just for existing. And that applies if you're a woman, that applies if you're queer, and that applies if you're disabled. And I think that's why it's so common in VTubing, is just these groups that are constantly being judged based on, stuff you can't do anything about. Stuff that's really normal. And that attracts other people that are also that way. Like, having somebody that's openly queer and talks about how they're openly queer makes it a safe space for other people who are queer. It does also apply to men. Very much so. It's just that that's part of the reason that most VTubers are women or femme presenting. And that's, there's a lot less expectations put on cis straight white men than any other group. And that is part of why I think you have so many people in these situations that end up getting into VTubing. One, obviously, there's certainly stress being a streamer, you know. There's the performance tax. That's why some days it's like, oh, well, you're just going to go play the same video game that you would be streaming. Thank you for 13 months fire as a whole year. Woo! No, wait. 3 months in advance. That's 12 months. Oh my god, I can read. Thank you for the 3 months in advance fires and the 12 months. That's very sweet. What was I saying? Oh yeah, like there's the performance tax, which is why even when it's like, oh, well, you're just gonna play palworld all day instead of streaming, you're just playing palworld anyways, why don't you just stream that? And it's like, it's not the same when you're streaming because you're a performer when you're on screen. There's expectations, and even then it's like, I can't like lie back in my chair like this and kind of like, you know that South Park meme of the fat greasy guy gaming? That's how I am half the time when I'm, you know, not doing anything, and it's like, that's not really conducted streaming, and you know, I gotta sit up pretty straight in my chair. You know, it's also good for my back that way. But sometimes when I'm just doing, like when I'm playing something, I'll end up being hunched over, and yes, it would be good for somebody to remind me not to hunch. But yeah, like, you are a performer if you're streaming. No matter what you're doing, no matter if it's something that you're going to be doing anyways. Hey, boo. Like, that's why I don't stream FF14 expansions or patches the day they come out, and I do it by myself. One, I'm not going to do a 16-hour stream. Unless I'm planning that ahead. But, I mean, me waking up at 2 a.m. trying to get in as fast as possible because I want to know what happens in the story. Why is there a treasure train? I think that's the first one I've ever had. That's silly. But, like, I don't want to get up at 2 a.m. to stream myself trying to get into the expansion ASAP because I want to pick up the new jobs, get stuff situated, and then start going on story because, like, I'm not doing that because I have to get caught up. I'm doing that because I'm like, I want to know what happens. Thank you for the biddies ratio. I want to know what happens. So I go in and do it ASAP. And sorry, but I don't want to stream that because then chat will distract me. You will distract me from my plans. and my paying close attention and throwing out wild, random bullshit theories and talking to myself. Like, that's the kind of shit that I do when an expansion drops. But yeah, it's a different experience, and it's definitely easier than working a corporate job because those are sucky, and it's a hell of a lot easier than retail. Retail sucks ass, but it does have its own tax. Get some rest fires. Here, why don't next time I write my bullshit theories down as I have them, and then I'll tell them to chat. Okay? I will tell chat what my random bullshit go. Also, it's bad for streaming numbers, which I'm not concerned about. I'm nowhere near partner, and I'm not trying to do this as my actual full-time job. It's a hobby. I would like to be able to afford groceries and some takeout and some video games from the Twitch monies, but I'm a baby streamer. It's fine. But, like, if you're actually concerned about numbers, you have to wait to stream the expansion. Because most people want to play it first themselves and then watch your reaction. So, if, let's say, I was concerned about numbers, 2 a.m. is terrible streaming time for my audience. Very few people that come into my stream are EU people. Most of you are in North America. So you're probably asleep because you probably have work in the morning. Or you're gonna wake up at a more reasonable time to start the expansion yourself. So you're not going to be there to watch me start it. And even if you were awake at 2 a.m. for expansion time, it's probably because you're also playing the expansion. So you wouldn't want to watch me do it in case I get ahead of you and then, oh, that's spoilers. But people also prefer first-time reactions. So then you can't just wait and do it and, like, redo it later, or I can't just do it on my alt and expect the same things because I already know what happens, so chat isn't getting the same exact reactions. And when people are watching MSQ, that's the main thing they're watching for, is the reactions. And also, the longer you wait, and you want to wait at least a week, because most people are not doing 16-hour days to try to get through the story as fast as possible because they want to know what happens and they're a fucking unemployed nerd like me. And most people aren't going to get the day off / be able to take the day off for an expansion release for a video game. They're just not. Like, you're gonna take Friday and Monday off and maybe the whole next week for a video game? Probably not. You have bills to pay. So now some people do, if I get a job before Evercold comes out, I am taking those days off. I'll fucking do it. But a lot of people just, like, I mean, corporate America is a hellscape. I'll take time off for a video game. I don't give a fuck. But a lot of people, they just don't have the PTO. They have families. You know, they got other stuff planned. Like, imagine I get a job. Oh, that means I have the money to go to cons. Well, I only have 2 weeks vacation. I was taking a few days off for the expansion launch. A few days off for each con. Doing it for certain video games. I'm still waiting for Dusk Bloods from Soft. You know, then this stuff adds up, and suddenly 2 weeks isn't enough time. You're out of paid time off, and you're sick. But they're still gonna make you come into work anyways, even though your job can be done from home, and you're sick, and it's probably COVID, and you don't want to infect your coworkers, but you don't really have a choice. And you're like me, so your nose is fucked up, so you can't wear a properly sealing mask without fucking dying because your nose is fucked up and you can't breathe properly. And or you get a horrible sinus headache for 6 hours upon wearing a mask. And it's just like, fuck. So not everybody has the time for the video game takeoff time. And again, some people don't like to do 16-hour video game days. People are, like, normal. Also, I will tell you guys that while I'm going through an expansion for the first time, my brother gets up at more reasonable times. So he's a bit behind me usually. He gets up a bit later. But I'm in there being like trying to get in the second the server's up so that I can play my video game. And I'll like get up and leave for a few minutes to see where my brother is in the story. And be like, ooh, this part's really good. And not tell him, ooh, this part's really good. But be like, watching his reaction to stuff. And he does that. I don't wake up as soon as servers go live on patch days. So my brother ends up doing patch stories before me, but I do the expansion story before him. So he'll come over and watch me do patch stories for the first time. And that's also not great for streaming, of me going, I gotta go see where my brother is in the story, if he saw the cool thing. You know. And then occasionally, like, tabbing back it, like, I gotta leave for a sec after 5 minutes. Do that. Maybe that. And then go back to watch him do the thing. So that you don't get kicked out for the AFK timer. If you're unfamiliar, if you haven't been here for an expansion launch, they have an AFK timer. So if you're not doing anything for too long, you will get kicked out. And you'll have to get back in queue. And sometimes those queues are really bad. But yeah. Wasn't as bad for Dawn Trail. That's partly because lots of people stopped playing after Endwalker. Because the story arc was done. And the patches were a mixed bag. But also they did upgrade the server infrastructure, so it was a lot better. And I assume they're continuing to upgrade server infrastructure. Especially because they intend for Duty Finder to become region-wide. So they clearly have to update server infrastructure for that. I know they're going to be doing a test. Oh, I was there for Raban Extreme. I was also there for Pippin Savage. I was able to get through Raban early-ish. But then Pippin blocked me for a long time. Don't worry, they learned their lesson about that. They're like, okay, so... too many people are doing solo instances before they even get to the first dungeon. This is a problem. But yeah, like... these things are not conductive for streaming, first of all. Second, most people aren't gonna watch. Even if they did want me to want to watch me stream the FF14 expansion story for 16 hours straight, they wouldn't want to do it yet. They would want to do it next week after they're caught up with the story. And that's how it generally is with games like 14. Like 14 in particular, but it does happen with other RPGs because RPGs tend to be story heavy and people don't want to be spoiled. Like, I mean, I'll watch somebody play through RE9 the day it comes out because I'm not playing that until October. Like, I watched RE9 when it came out. I watched people play that. Like, oh, well, I guess you guys won't get to see my reactions, my blind reactions to RE9. Oh, no. And there's stuff like, well, I know it happens in Dead Space and Dead Space 2 and RE9. You know what game I haven't watched? Soma. I'm pretty much blind on Signalis. So there are games that you can watch me be blind in. Like, I'm pretty blind in all of the Dragon Ages. My knowledge of what happens is vague. Like, I know who Solus is. Oh, I know that this character, I know Alistair can become king, and if you're not a human, he dumps you. Like, shit like that. I know there's dragons in Dragon Age. Ooh. But, you know, it's... a lot of RPGs I haven't seen. Like... I didn't see much of E33 before I decided to play it myself. And then I was like, oh my god, look at all these twists! And like, once I decided to play it, and it had been out for not very long, people were still willing to come to stream because, I mean, I wasn't going to be ahead of them in my first fucking stream. But, you know, they still wanted to see your reactions. But I was basically blind on it. And that's what people want to see for RPGs. Which is hard when you're trying to do certain things for the first time. Like, when FF14 comes out, hopefully soon. God, I hope we get an announcement that FF17 is coming out within the next couple of years. We need that. They cannot be taking 8 years between games. But, like, I'll probably watch my brother play that. You know? So I'm not going in blind there. I'm technically blind on the first 6 Final Fantasy games. Technically. Most of them came out before I was born. I think FF6 came out the year I was born. But, like, I haven't played them or really watched anybody play them. But, you know, one of these days, we're gonna do Legend of Dragoon. Whether it's because Sony finally fucking gives us a remake or a remaster or puts it on Steam as is because I emulate it. We're gonna do that. And you know what? I'm not blind on that game. But you know what I will be? Bad at that game. Because it has QTEs. That's right, E33 didn't invent QTEs in turn-based game. Legend of Dragoon had that back in the day. And I loved that game. It's great. Rose is my favorite. Yeah. Yeah, there are QTEs in Legend of Dragoon. QTE attacks. So that's gonna be fun because you know what that game doesn't have? Easy mode. But yeah. I don't remember what we were talking about before I went off on my tangent. I don't know. But yeah, right. It's something about how, like, sometimes you just don't want to stream a video game even though you're playing that video game. Some things are also just really boring to stream. Like, I probably won't stream Death Stranding or Death Stranding 2. Because you know what Death Stranding has in it? Long stretches of nothing. You know what I spent 80% of my time in that game doing? Ever since I got the ability? Building roads. Running around, looking for ceramics and rocks so that I can build a goddamn road to make my deliveries go smoother. And because I like to see the road go boop and pop out and be like, yeah, I built that road. But it's not very interesting to watch because I'm not beelining that story. I'm just going running around with my little baby on my bike or this truck I stole. I haven't played Death Stranding in a while because of other stuff was going on, so it's not currently in stock. It's a fat game. I have too much shit already. But I didn't have trucks yet last time I was playing, so I was stealing trucks from the guys, you know, who want to kill you and steal your stuff. So I was stealing their trucks after I beat them all up. And may or may not have run over some of them in the truck. I feel like I got a sound effect and I'm like, did I just run over that man's head in his truck I stole? But you can't put those trucks into your space. So you can't, like, restore them. So then I have to go and steal other trucks. But they don't even carry enough. So then I don't have room for all my ceramics and rocks. So then I'm going back and forth, trying to figure out what I can take. This truck is about to explode. But it's got so much stuff in it, so I need to drive it. And then I got a truck stuck in a river on a rocks that was sticking out of the river. That's what Death Stranding is like. Notice I didn't mention a single plot aspect other than I have a baby. That game's fun to do, but it is for people who are really good at keeping up a chat going, and it helps to have an active enough chat that when you drop off, they can pick up and you can pick up off of them. And I don't have that. No offense to you guys. I love lurkers. I'm a lurker in most times. But certain things that are not actually interesting or engaging to watch require engagement from the streamer, and that's a skill. Now, I think I've gotten better at it since I've started. Hey, Carrick. Hey, Thick Unk. Why are you side-eyeing me? Like, I've gotten better at it, I would say, since I started, because I've been yapping for like an hour and a half, just standing in Solution 9, not doing any video games, and just yapping at chat about random shit as my mind wanders. The word is wanders. Are you excited for FF14 FanFest in a little over 4 hours? Because it's in Europe. We're going to see the second trailer cut. And we're going to find out what probably the tank is. And it's... yeah. EU FanFest is like... the keynote is in 4 hours. So, yeah, it's the middle of the night for us. 'Cause it's in Berlin, you know. Well, I'm sure the stuff from the keynote will be posted. Ugh, you can see. But yeah, like... you all haven't played in 2 years? Dang. I'm technically playing right now. Because I'm in the game. It's okay to get burnt out. I got burnt out and wasn't playing for like the better part of a year or so. Other than to keep my house. And then they turn on the housing timer, but then they've turned off the housing timer. Or turn the housing timer back on. So I have to go into my house regularly. I mean, I'm not, like, doing all the normal weekly stuff, because I don't feel like it. It's not gonna kill me to not be capped on tomes. But yeah, like... Satisfactory, I've been playing Palworld. A lot of Palworld. Been doing a lot of breeding. Caro can attest to this. I need my perfect horse. I got my perfect horse. I got a chip for the one passive that I wasn't able to get on the horse. And I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna put this on my horse. You know, we could log into Palworld. It's a thing I could do. And I could show you guys my horse. I haven't gotten around to breeding Sekhmet. I'm working on, you know, an outside team. You should see the shit that they've got on their Sekhmets. Where game capture? Their game capture. Palworld. I have to log out at Ebby's base. This is my horse. She's big and pretty. She wanted to go do farming. This button. These two are for grabbing things. I got this from... Who gave me this? I don't remember who gave me this. Anyway. He go fast. Let me show you. He go fast. Look how fast he goes. Look how fast he goes! And he can go even faster if I get certain world tree traits, which I have found 0 of. I need to find them though, because world tree resources disappear. Oh. But yeah, he has a laser. He's not for attacking though. He's not for fighting. This is my horse. I was trying to get one that naturally had all 4 of these. It took a lot of breeding Hell Zephyrs. A lot. But I only managed to get one with these 3 traits. And I was like, damn. But, you know, we were going through so much cake, and I felt bad about taking up all the cake. And she's cool. She's got buffs. So I was like, oh, well. And then I got a chip that gives Demon God. And I was like, yes. She's not for speed. She's not, like, I'll fly around plenty on her. But she's not for that. She's for killing things. She is for firing a giant laser and making things explode. And other stuff. See, she's not nearly as fast. Now, she's probably faster than what you're flying around on ratio. Ooh, a lucky fish. Get out there. I haven't... balls. I haven't decided what to name things yet. It's so easy, but I need to do a fishing team. Can't catch shit. Aw, Ranch Master. I mean, at least you're usable. Spoilers for the World Tree Zone. There's still eggs you can find around here. But these fishing spots, even the fucking normal ones, too hard. They're so hard. Here, what? I will show you. We're gonna... This is a basic bitch. We're gonna use the best bait and the best fishing rod. Now, I'm not very good at these kinds of mini-games in the first place. See how hard this is? Shush phone. I'll get to you in a minute. Oh, you bitch fish. Yeah. You need a fishing team for this fucking area. That wasn't a green one or a purple one or a glowy purple one. That was just a normal ass fucking Pokemon. Just throw the Jolt Hog. Yeah, I saw that. I don't have a Jolt Hog with me, but maybe I'll try that sometime. See, he go Noom. So I've been wandering around here. There's a bunch of Pokemons. Grabbing these. This is the high level ore. You can't farm here normally unless you have a pal with world tree traits. So here, let me show you what happens if I fly through this tree. The tree disappeared. That's what happens if you try to collect world tree resources when you don't have a pal with a world tree trait. It just goes poof. There is, however... Yeah, see, here's a little purpley one. Stuff like the wood and the ore just lying around on the floor. Here's a mimic. Look at the percentage chance for the fucking soul sphere. Look at that shit. I don't need mimics. I don't need those guys, though. Like, yeah, here's the ore, what the ore looks like. So you just kind of gotta pick it up off the ground. Ooh, an egg! That's why I have my egg team with me. There it goes. Egg. Yeah, see, and you need it. And you open these treasure chests. And sometimes you get some good stuff, like this ice radiant gem. I have yet to use those for anything. I just dump them in our base. There's houses around. There's a skill tree. Thingy. Power soul. Open these. These are in here too. Ooh, I got a green one. These ancient relics you use to get loot. He's much better for flying around this area than my Frost Stallion, since she doesn't have any speed boosts. This area's fucking big. Look, a little thingy. Yeah, I don't have Jet Dragon's saddle yet, though. He's so lucky. Oh, you take shit off for damage. Probably because you're level 80. Ow. Fuck, I need my gun. Now I'm attempting to catch this bird. Ow! Don't laser me! That's my job! Lucky! So you guys, so that's what a lucky looks like if you haven't seen one before. They got the yellow sparkles. But if they have the world tree traits, they have a blue aura. And we'll see if I can find one wandering around. Probably not, but we'll take a look. I like to look while I'm around. I'm gonna get back on my dragon though. I'm also working on a dragon team. It's not quite done yet. I don't have enough dragons to mash into my dragons. I missed this. Now I get the fuck out of here before I explode. Those white dots explode. Lilines. I found a couple. Most of the ones I have were from trades, or I got them through fishing. Because the green fish have... Oh, why does that green glow? The item's yellow. Alright, here's some of the wood on the floor. This is a Mycora. I haven't caught one yet. Lumen. I haven't actually caught one of those, but I did get one from an egg I found. That's why it shows it as obtained. Egg. This is not my combat team. Ah! I could have died. Cativa effigies. That's the main effigy that you'll find around here. A soul sphere. Ooh, another one. What? Pokemon, where are you? There's one and one. There's a few. The Plaxite is really easy to spot, though. It's this bright color. And I'm glad that they put it on the ground so that you're not, like, fucked trying to collect shit that will not be collected because you touched it. Oh, hey, it's one of these. Ooh, egg. Ooh, a chest. Nutrient tonic? I don't know what that's for. I got a nutrient tonic and was like, whatever. Oh, the Elgroves are getting into a fight. I wonder if they're fighting over territory. They're both girls. Oh, she killed her. Oh, but I got holy water out of that, so that's worth it. That's the small to find resource that I've been able to notice. Ooh. I'm gonna take your 100 defense booty. Yeah, they disappear. I don't see them that often. I don't have the game turned up loud enough to, like, hear it, because I usually have something else that I'm doing in the meantime. Like, I'm usually, like, watching a show. I've been rewatching The Walking Dead. Oh yeah, pretty moon. Pretty moon Pokemon. Meow. Meow. Here's the ice area. No, they just like to fight. They weren't fighting over mating rights, that's for sure, because those two are different sexes. Meow. Unless one of them was gay. Who knows? Meow. Stuff over here. Booping. There's lizards around. They might be asleep, though. Arion Primos. I need to catch more of those. They're really pretty. Yeah. Cool area. Much more difficult than others, though. Probably because, you know, it's the end game zone. Oh, there's a lizard. Meow. I got that thing. Problem is, this buddy goes so fast that not everything will have loaded in. I got a shiny Alaska Ignis yesterday. More shinies here in one day than I've run into in the rest of the game. Ooh, I got one from the ground. Pretty flower peoples. Womp. And then a here. And here we have our breeding base. We have 4 pens for breeding purposes. Multiple ovens for cake. I think we need another refrigerator. It gets pretty full. We've got this. Let's see what we get. This pretty much instantly hatches eggs. You do not get the buffs from Brawn Cherry and Grintail if you breed stuff in here. But you can breed stuff normally and then pop it in here. Oh, I got some Dupin. To hatch it instantly. That part has been quite helpful with getting the things that I want. And here's our main base. This is where we got all the shit. Ugh. I haven't put in stuff at the main base here. I haven't done any of this building. This is largely like Braz, I think. Named him Frieza. Open. And you put these in here. And then you turn it on. On. There. That's not cheating. And then I just dump all this shit because I'm not gonna use it. And then I wait for somebody with appropriate stuff. See if I can find... There's one up here. One might come up. We have... He's doing it solo. He doesn't have particularly high hand stuff, but I need an electric one for other reasons, and he also does handiwork. Let's see. Sakma, Anubis, where are you guys? Are you sleeping? No, they're just chilling. Maybe Braz took them away. Oh, no. Here's an Anubis. Here's the Anubises. You see this? This means they have a world tree trait. Means they are world treed up. They got that world tree power. Look at this bitch on the floor. And you need one... yeah, they have demon hands. They craft really fast. You should see, we have a Sekhmet around base sometimes. I assume it's Braz's Sekhmet. She's giant and fucking crafts things like that. Oh, it's yours? She just instantly crafts shit. It's crazy. Also, Braz redid all his shit. Oh, you got it from Loaf? Yeah, she's fucking fast. Look at this nerd on the floor. Loaf is also on this server, but he's not part of our group. Yeah, I saw you named her the wife. And I also saw one of the Anubises is named the husband. And we go in here and we see what we got. We got shit! My mouse is having issues. Did I tell you guys I put a mouse on throne? And then I just leave all those resources here, because what the fuck am I gonna do with them? I don't know what the fuck to do with that shit. A visitor has arrived at the base. They better not try to blow shit up. I still gotta catch these bitches. Oh, it's a vendor. What you got? Oh, you're an ambassador? Thanks. Is this him? The one that watches? There's the husband. I guess they also have a cuck man. I assume he's there to sit in the cuck chair. Let's go see how badly these guys will kick my ass. Is anybody else online? I know Loaf isn't because he is at Offkai. Senor is online. No, I'm not changing my team. Wow, Kara. I can't believe you're playing a different game. I fucking love this laser. Stop attacking my horse. I mean, I am over leveled for this. I'm level 80 and geared pretty decently, so I don't have my Sylvagus with me, so my defense is not great. But woo! Easy clappins. Good night, Ratio. Please sleep. Did the other one die? Oh, I only needed that one. That works. Ooh, a box. It's important to get rest, chat. Rest is important. Fucking move the goddamn... I'm gonna end here soon. I'm gonna just... I have to log out at Abby's base over on Paradise Island. Otherwise, I explode upon death. Like, I die and explode. Do not ask me why. But I do. Did I just pop one out? Did... Okay. What can't you ask? I kind of want to name this Haifa. Because he's a giant whale. Here, I'm going to show you. Gotta go out. Gotta go way out. What? Gonna go out. Spoilers. He's extremely large. He's very big. He's very big. He's not good for hanging out. But if you put him at a base, he flies around on the top and shoots at people who come by. Remarkable craftsmanship. Dang, boy. Then we catch the green one. Also, you don't have to craft a saddle for him. He's rideable by default. Why does this penguin have a turtle engine? That's silly. Now where are my whales? I also have this guy is a sea monster. I don't have his saddle though. There's this guy, I don't have his saddle either. He's cool. This is the dude we just got. He's fancy. Where's the whales? Whales. Oh, here's the lucky Whaleaska Ignis. But it is blue and has a horn. So this is the other one that I would think of to name after Hyphy. I love this one that I caught. This is a boss one. She's got infinite stamina, which, I mean, couldn't be me. I've got, like, 2 stamina. Yeah, it has a beard. They all have a beard, though. Here's some of my aliens. I don't have the 3rd alien, because we haven't beat the boss. Here's my super azure mane I got from a random mutated egg. Here's my Sylvagus. This is the one I bred. Probably gonna replace this when I get the right chip for another defense one. We have a bunch of those. Got some Ophidias. None of them is super great. Ugh. God, trying to pick these up with one hand and just my fingers was a mistake. I'm not gonna stand up this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Did you know that breeding 2 horses together results in this creature? Why does breeding together a Frostallion and a Frostallion Noct result in this grass dragon? I got some cool stuff from mutant eggs, though. I'm not done with Orzerks. I need to mash them together. I got this Selene that I bought from Loaf for 1 money. Celestial Emperor. What happens if I breed these 2? This jet dragon, I got some jet dragons. No, I mean my Frostallions and Frostallion Nocts. I bred them together to see what would happen. And I got that. Max stamina. You're the bastard. But yeah, I can show you. We'll head out here. Into the water. Because, you know, it's a whale. Gotta get over open water first. Whales! Oh, I can grab some of this. This is a little mini game. Oh, I got money. This is the pink one because I got some and I was like, that's pretty cool. I learned that horses can't swim, though. Some mounts, if you run out of stamina while flying across open water, they'll essentially land on the water and treat it like it's ground and just kind of float over it. The horses do not do that. They cannot swim. They will start to drown if you attempt that. Ooh, I got some silver keys. Woo! Which island is this? This is the needle one. Some souls. I do like this giant derpy whale, though. Very cute. Whee! I've been using a breeding guide to get what I want. Some things are more complicated to manage than others. I'm gonna go... Well, first I'm gonna open this. Open. And beat up this creature. fucking teleport. Let's back over there. All right, this one's up top. Weird one. Eh. There. Palworld! I have made much progress. My next breeding list, after I get my Orzerks in order, is fishing companions. Yeah. I don't feel like finding somebody to raid. So we just won't raid. Come on. Not raiding your ass, Toasty. You're not live. Actually, I don't know if you're live. I assume you're not since you're in my chat. Discord. Socials. Throne, if you want to contribute to my new mouse. Ugh. Thank you all for joining my nonsense stream as I yapped for about nothing. Have a good night, chat. I hope I'll see you guys tomorrow, probably. I don't know what we're gonna do. Maybe we will continue the Dragon Age. Maybe I'll just talk a bunch about what happened in the thing. I should probably make a thread in Evie's channel, though, so people don't flood that. But I'll see you tomorrow or something. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. I hope everybody has some excitement for Evercold. Bye-bye!